Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of LT Outdoors. I know it's been a while and it stinks because this is the best time of year for pretty much everything. But today, after my back surgery on the 7th, I'm feeling a little better. I thought I'd try and take a little bit of a walk in the woods, and I'm happy that I did. I'm going to show you here in a second one of my favorite mushrooms. Everything's going crazy right now. I could tell on the drive out that pretty much everything's popping, so this is going to be a good episode, and I'm going to be able to share a lot of my favorites. So stay tuned, guys. This is going to be good. Hello, everybody. This is the best time of year. It's my favorite time of year. Right now, it's the end of August, going into September, and it's my favorite time of year because most of Michigan's edible mushrooms go crazy right about now. And actually, I guess it's the same way in most states. The fall mushrooms, there's a wide variety of edibles, and pretty much everywhere I look right now, I can see mushrooms. I mean, there's so many species. I don't consider myself a pro. I probably never will, because in my opinion, once you think you know everything about the mushroom world, you might as well just quit. It's not as exciting then. But I try to learn as many as I can every year, and I'm in awe pretty much of what we have in Michigan that can be just picked out of the woods, out of the wild. One of my very favorites is right here, and this is a lobster mushroom, which it gets its name not only from the color, because it's got that nice color of lobster meat, but also because of the smell. It actually, the lobster part of it is not a mushroom. It's actually a parasitic fungus that takes over certain species of mushrooms. The lobster takes over mostly Russula mushrooms is what I've found, but they've been known to take over chanterelles. They take over most species of edible mushrooms. I have yet to find a poisonous mushroom that the lobster fungus has taken over. So usually I feel pretty safe with them. I'm pretty sure this one's a Russula. Same with these. There's several of them. There's a nice young one. Several of them growing, but they get that nice seafood smell too. It's great. These go really well with pasta. I make up a pasta out of these, and it tastes like, like a lobster pasta or something, or shrimp. But anything I would use seafood in for a meal, I like to cook these in. But it's a great mushroom. This one here was already broke off. I personally don't like pulling roots. I leave the roots where they are. So I got my knife. I'm going to cut these other ones off, and we'll head out and see if we can find some more. I know we will, because everything's going nuts right now, and I'm super excited. So stay tuned, guys. Let's go find some mushrooms. Now, I showed you guys this one before. I only found the one last time I was out, one patch, but these here are the Cinnabar Chanterelles. One of my all-time favorites. These have such a great texture, great flavor. They're just an all-around good mushroom, and they're easy to find because of their bright color. As you can see, there's more around. Usually when you find one, and it's the right time of year, you can usually look around and find many more. So yeah, I see we got some more small ones here. They don't grow very big. I've never seen a real big chanterelle, not cinnabars. They're usually fairly small, but they all cook up nice. They smell like apricots, actually. And when you cook them in the house, they give a strong, sweet smell all through the house. It's an aroma that I've learned to really love. And I look forward to smelling that every year. Nice little pile of cinnabars. So yeah, the color, my phone's not doing it justice. They are a bright, beautiful orange. Now, one thing I'd forgotten to mention about these chanterelles is when you cook them, it's a little different than any other mushroom. They hold a lot of moisture inside, so you actually have to cook them dry and let the moisture cook out of them. You'll be amazed at how much ends up in the pan. But yeah, you throw these right in the pan, let them fry for a bit. You'll see the moisture comes out. Once the moisture dries, I throw a little butter in there and let them continue cooking. But yeah, these are a great mushroom, especially to go with some steaks, which I'll probably do that this evening. Now I'm seeing a lot of these large mushrooms here. I mean, they seem to be everywhere, which I believe these are russellas. I've never been able to fully identify them, but I haven't tried eating them or nothing. Oh boy, wait till you see what I just found. I'm gonna pick this first, because these are some beautiful, beautiful chanterelles right here. Let's see if I can pop them off. I just found a nice batch of the golden chanterelles. There's some more of the Cinnabars. Now behind me are some golden, which they grow a heck of a lot bigger. And same thing, when you see goldens, you got to look around, because I can see another one there, and there's probably going to be a bunch. Yep, they're a little mushy from the rain. They got a couple bad parts in them, but not too bad. So yeah, right there, golden chanterelle. I see another one sticking out right there. These will be excellent. It just amazes me how well mushrooms they all seem to grow at the same time. I mean, this time of year in the fall, I mean, it seems like everything starts going crazy. You can't walk anywhere out in the woods right now without seeing a bunch of mushrooms. I love it. Some more Cinnabars. I'm hoping we get into some sweet tooths, also known as hedgehogs, because this is also the time of year to find them. And I think we'll get into some. My fingers are crossed. But we'll get these picked, and we will keep on moving. I was going along and I seen a deer trail that I'm going to hop on for just a bit, because I've noticed chanterelles like to grow along trails of any kind, whether it be deer trail, 2-track. And yeah, I just seen there's a whole bunch coming up here, so I just came across this one first. I want to pick this, and then we'll head up the deer trail. Yeah, I got a little bit of a deer trail. It's kind of hard to find the trails this time of year because all the overbrush and stuff, but yeah, there's some big Cinnabars right there. That's about as big as I usually find them. Like I said, the Cinnabars don't grow all that big. Not nearly as big as the gold. Yeah, these are some beautiful chanterelles. Like I said, these things, they got a nice apricot smell when you're cooking them up. Boy, I'm so excited right now. Coming up this ridge here on that deer trail, I came across a whole pile of lobster mushrooms. Some of them are just trying to push through the leaf clutter. See, that one's got some mold on it. I'll leave that be. But they are just everywhere. I seen some out that away, and then there's a huge one right here. This thing's beautiful. Look at that. That's a really nice lobster. It almost looks like two lobsters growing together. Very cool. Oh, I'm so happy right now, it's hard to explain. And I hope I don't get too far off the trail to get lost, but I mentioned the sweet tooth, also known as the hedgehog mushroom. Well, I just came across my first batches of the year. There's another one there, a couple there, one down there. I see some more down there. I think they're following that deer trail, so there might be some on either side of me. But I'll show you why these are called the hedgehog, otherwise known as the sweet tooth. If you look, you look underneath of this mushroom, you see all those little teeth. Those are little bristles like a comb. And when you cook them, some of these bigger sweet tooths, they get, I don't know, I don't like the taste of them with those bristles, so I actually try to, I will just run the bristles out. You can do it with I use a spoon at home, but the bristles come off fairly easy. And you're left with just this great mushroom. I love the texture, the flavor. I love everything about these hedgehog mushrooms. I got turned on to them last season, and they have been one of my very favorites. They dehydrate really nicely. I have a little dehydrator at home, and it don't take me long at all to dehydrate a whole bunch of these. So it's nice because I can can these and save them for a while. But yeah, these are the hedgehog mushroom. They have that really nice brown color to them. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful color. I like it anyways. And yeah, you can't mistake them. They're the only mushroom we have here in Michigan that has these teeth on these bristles on the inside. If you flip it over and it does not have gills and it has these little bristles, you're looking at a hedgehog. They grow all over the national forest, and they are just an excellent, excellent mushroom. So yeah, I recommend picking these guys. They're out. Yep, just happened to peek up the ridge, and I could see that real nice brown, beautiful brown color, telling me that I got some more hedgehogs. So yes, excellent. Got one here and one there. Yeah, these will be a great addition. They're good in everything. I've made pastas out of them. I've, fried them up thrown on the steaks, or even I've used them on pizza, chopped them up and put them on pizza. They're really good. They're good for everything. So yeah, love them. See those nice little bristles? It's a giveaway. Seeing a couple more hedgehogs growing right here together, right next to a couple of chanterelles. So yeah, win-win. Got another nice little hedgehog growing right here, and I look down the ridge just a hair and I can see another gold chanterelle. Actually, there's a bunch of smaller ones coming up right there. Yep, beautiful. Take them home. Lots of unique mushrooms too, guys. Like I said, I don't know them all. But I mean, look at all these cute little tiny ones growing together in a bundle. I mean, I just enjoy walking this time of year in the woods, because you really never know what you're gonna find. I mean, there's just amazing mushrooms, and to me they're all beautiful, even the ones that you can't eat. I mean, they're all gorgeous. I think every mushroom has its place. I mean, they're just a beautiful thing. Another couple hedgehogs growing together. I like them when they're young and smaller like this. I don't even mess with brushing out those bristles. When they're that young, those bristles, you won't even know are in there. They fry up just nice. I mean, it looks like I could probably spend all day out here right now getting mushrooms, and as much as I'd love to, my back's already going out on me, so I'm gonna have to call it a day, guys. I mean, of course, if I see any more on the way back, I have to stop and get them. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm, happy to live in an area where I can find mushrooms like this, and I can just live off of things in the wild. It's really a great thing. Hope you guys have learned some things. I'm gonna, like I said, I'll keep looking as we go along. Like I said, gotta pay attention on the walk back too, because it's not hard to miss things. I mean, half the time when I pop into the woods because I see something and I pop back out, I'm sure I missed some things coming onto the trail. But yeah, some more lobster mushrooms. And I see right here is this little mushroom. I think that's what they call a wood ear. They're tougher than heck, so they definitely ain't edible, but just a pretty mushroom. Yeah, cool. I must have popped into the woods at a certain time and totally missed this whole section. See these cinnabars? There's some there, some there. Whole bunch of these big old mushrooms, which I'm pretty sure are the russellas that the lobsters like to take over. And then look at all these. I mean, some of these are just beautiful. Love the color, the big cinnabars. Some more right here. Yeah, I missed a whole section of trail that they're just covering. So yeah, I'm gonna shut the camera off and do some picking. Trying to work my way out of here, and I come across a big old batch all along the 2-track. Like I said, guys, that's all it really takes to find these cinnabars and even the goldens. All the ones I find, they're never too far off the trail. A lot of these are big ones too. Oh, very cool. I'm excited. A whole nother nice mess of cinnabars right here along the trail. That's something. These are big too. Yeah, for a cinnabar, that's really as big as they get. That's a darn nice one. All these are. Looks like they got kicked up by a deer or something, but still good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I sure had a blast today. And yeah, it's on here in northern Michigan. I mean, this is, like I said, my favorite time of year. I got a big old bag of mushrooms. So, and there is just, well, you guys seen, there's all different kinds. We got lobsters today. We got the golden chanterelles. We got the Cinnabar Chanterelles and hedgehog mushrooms. So yeah, definitely a great day. So stay tuned, guys. Hopefully we can get more episodes like this going. I walked as long as I could, and sadly, I mean, normally I'd be out here for a mile or so. Just can't do it. So yeah, hopefully I can get better soon. But for now, I'm just going to try and keep something like this going on. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I appreciate y'all. Alright, dumping all the chanterelles, the golds, and the cinnabar reds. Dumping all them in here in the frying pan. And like I said, I am going to fry these guys. I'm going to fry them until the moisture runs out of them. You'll see that there's actually a lot of moisture. I'll just put it on medium. I don't want it to get too hot. But yeah, and as far as rinsing, I didn't really say in there what I do with them. I don't like to get them wet. I mean, most mushrooms, I don't like to get wet. I just brush the dirt off. I use a toothbrush. I get extras from the dentist. I'll just save one, and I use it for mushrooms and metal detecting when I'm wiping off good objects. Just use a toothbrush. Wipe off the little dirt fragments. There's never a whole lot. And if there is, I just don't pick them. Sometimes they are dirty, but I'll leave them be and get the good stuff. So yeah, these guys are going to simmer up a bit. I'll show you when they start cooking out the moisture. Alright, now I turned my flash on so you guys can see real well, but see all that juice coming out of the mushrooms? I haven't added any liquid at all. This is all coming out of the chanterelles. And that's why you don't want to cook with anything, I mean oil, no butter, nothing until you've cooked down that bit of moisture that comes out of them. I mean, they get a lot of moisture. I let them, and they're cooking down just like any other mushroom. They'll shrink, they'll get softer, more pliable. I mean, the chanterelle's a nice soft mushroom as it is, but it gets even softer. And I don't know if you can tell, but they're definitely shrinking. I mean, this pan was just loaded with them to begin with. That's why it's good to pick a whole bunch of them, because it takes a lot to make a meal. These ones here are going to be a perfect amount, because we're going to use them and toss them on top of our steaks. So they'll be good. And I wish you could smell this because it's, like I said, out in the woods, a strong apricot smell. I mean, it's got a strong, I mean, intense sweet smell. And I love it. The whole house will smell like these for quite a while, and it's a good, real good smell. Yep, I let this cook down though, let the moisture cook out of them a bit, and once it starts drying up in the pan there, I toss in a chunk of butter, sprinkle a little salt, and they are ready to go on a steak. Used them in all kinds of things, good on pizza, burgers, you name it. Alright guys, the juices cooked out of those chanterelles, so they're starting to get dry and sticking to the bottom of the pan. I don't want them to do that, so I tossed in a couple big old chunks of butter. And just let that butter cook right into these guys. Got to keep stirring them, make sure they don't stick to the pan. Oh boy, these are going to be so good. Yeah, I could eat a whole mess of these with nothing but the mushrooms. I mean, they're excellent. And there are so many species here in Michigan and just all over the country. There's so many species of mushrooms that are edible and just excellent. I mean, morels, they seem to get the spotlight, but I'll tell you, there are so many other types out there that are, in my opinion, just as good, if not better. You haven't lived until you've had chicken of the woods. Yeah, sprinkle a little salt. I like my salt. Sprinkle some salt on these puppies. They don't really need it because they got that good flavor, but I'm just a salt nut. They're all cooked up. Ready to go. Butter taste in there. Some salt. Yeah, these are ready to be thrown onto some steaks. Now I'll just shut it off, put the lid on it, and as soon as the steaks are done, these will stay hot, and I'll throw them right on there. Take them off the heat so they don't get burnt. Good to go.